Final Fantasy XIII-2. The story so far, Cabal.
What the? Wait for it!
Now!
Paradox is dissipating. I'm in pain and I can barely breathe.
Les amis, nous sommes de retour pour la 4ème partie de Final Fantasy XIII-2. Et je sais pas où on va y aller, mais on va y aller. Voilà. Puisque je vous rappelle que le jeu n'est pas linéaire, encore une fois. Alors, nous avons le Steppe à visiter. Et nous avons le Monts Yaschas aussi. On peut y aller ici.
Human society continues to develop. Machines once run by the Faeryl are now powered by human technology. Driving the progress is the Academy, which has grown to take a leading role in affairs of state. Under its young leader, the Academy is working to solve the paradoxes that warp the surrounding space-time. At the heart of the distortions is the Yaschas Massif, its skies darkened by a perpetual eclipse.
Nous avons retrouvé Snow. Et aujourd'hui, on va encore une fois retrouver une vieille amie à nous. Que vous avez pu voir dans la petite cinématique. Oui, c'est dommage que ça spoil un petit peu, mais bon, vous l'aurez reconnu.
People always say, the future will be better. They believe the hardships of the present fade with the passage of time. And so we hope, waiting for a future brighter than today. But Sarah, remember this. As you walk towards a brighter tomorrow, you have to look back to your past. The path you have walked to reach the here and now will give you the courage you need to hope.
It's so dark.
In ancient times, the Faeryl devoured the light, darkness cloaked the sky, and the earth knew only night. This must be the eclipse.
You know what this is?
They said 500 years ago, a massive Faeryl appeared. For a while, it blotted out the sun and turned everything dark.
If that happened 500 years in your past, then this must be 200 years in my future.
Right. But something's wrong. Look, the eclipse is only affecting this small area. That shouldn't be possible.
Okay, so you're saying this could be a paradox?
That's what I'm saying.
Huh. This reminds me of stories we heard, that there used to be a great city on Grand Pulse. I bet this is what these ruins are.
What happened to it?
No one's been able to figure that out. We were more or less locked up inside Cocoon. We never had much opportunity to learn about the world below us. Our scientists have only just begun to study the mysteries of Grand Pulse.
Hello, are you here to observe the facility? I can answer any questions you might have.
Ah, yeah, perfect. I do have some questions. Where are we? And what year is it?
Wait, you can't just...
What? I'm just...
Yaschas Massif, 10 AF, sir.
10 AF? So nowhere near 200 years.
I must say, this is the first time anyone asked me what year it was. I don't suppose you happen to be time travelers?
Well... Kupo?
Ah, yes, I almost forgot. I'm supposed to hand out this map. Take it, it's free. Keep your wits about you. There's no telling what kind of monsters the Paradox has let loose in here.
You said the paradox. Are you talking about the eclipse?
Yes, the great Faeryl, Fenrir, blocked out the sun. It was predicted he would appear 200 years from now. Which means
Which means his appearance now indicates some sort of time distortion, right?
Je sais pas si c'est un clin d'œil à FF12 Fenrir. L'éclipse résulte de l'apparition prématurée de Fenrir. Qu'est-ce qui explique son arrivée, pardon. L'apparition des portails temporels.
But the eclipse is only happening here, right? Maybe all these gates that appeared are causing the distortion.
There's more than one gate in the ruins, isn't there?
Oh, you've done your homework, I see. Yes, we've found multiple gates in the site.
Figures.
Some areas may still be sealed off. We've yet to determine if those sections are safe.
Mais en tout cas, j'adore cette musique, c'est tellement calme. J'adore les musiques calmes. Comme ça, c'est bien pour farmer. Sinon, ce que je faisais, moi, c'est que je mettais des vidéos YouTube en fond aussi.
You only realize how important it is when it's gone.
You did it!
The sun's disappearance is no need for panic. It's our job as scientists to figure out what's behind this mystery.
Le behemoth qui rôde dans les ténèbres des Monts Yaschas souffre d'une profonde aversion pour la lumière. Si vous rencontrez cette créature redoutable, courez vers la zone éclairée la plus proche et attendez que l'horloge Mohawk repasse dans le vert avant de préparer votre prochain déplacement. Les monstres n'apparaîtront pas si vous restez dans la lumière des projecteurs. Ouvrez l'œil et ne tombez pas dans les cryptes du behemoth.
I recommend walking along the path of the searchlight. Most monsters hate light and will do anything to avoid it.
Il me semble que le behemoth on peut early, si on est bien préparé. Je vous l'avais dit, c'est tout à fait possible de le early là. En plus on gagne beaucoup de sous et on gagne des éclats, c'est parfait ça. Ça, ce sont des catalyseurs de niveau 2. Ah, j'ai gagné aussi un croûte de Behemoth. Et si c'est possible, j'aimerais bien le recruter aussi.
You did it!
Donc je n'hésiterai pas à m'entraîner contre lui pour gagner des éclats. Et je pense qu'on va pas tarder à lancer le DC de Sas bientôt aussi. Il faudra qu'on le gagne.
Everyone.
The scientists are so passionate about their work, they're working just as hard as ever, even in the dark. Speaking of passionate, I'm the most passionate person I know when it comes to making a living. And on that note, please peruse my passionately promising pick of pieces.
Ah, je sais pas si vous avez vu dans sa malle, il y a un poupée de Carbuncle. C'est trop marrant, je vous montrerai après. Augmente la magie de 10%, ça c'est intéressant. Alors, je présume que je vais peut-être le trouver gratuitement, mais c'est pas grave. On va en prendre une. Alors, bracelet d'argent. Il me faut que sectionner, ainsi que 500.
I know it's a little dark in here, but I paid my electric bill, I swear.
Regardez. Là, je sais pas si on voyait bien. Il y a un mug, il y a Carbuncle. C'est trop marrant. C'est parfait que Noël il a pris régénération. Et je vois qu'il a régénération 2. En plus du soin 2, c'est parfait. Donc je vous rappelle, régénération ça sonne par rapport au proportionnel des points de vie.
Once you get used to it, life on Pulse isn't bad.
That way. What is it? Come here. Well done.
That building over there is part of the Padre ruins. You should take a look around if you have the time.
Is that it? That wasn't even a warm-up.
This area is closed off because of the powerful paradox effect. We don't know much yet, but we do know it's dangerous.
I am not an outdoors kind of person.
Once you get used to it, life impulse isn't bad.
Are we not allowed to go inside?
I'm very sorry. Only persons on official Academy business are permitted beyond this point.
Oh.
Maybe this will count as official business.
On est parti pour le boss du jour, qui doit être pas trop compliqué en théorie. Donc on fait comme à l'habitude, on le met au choc. Et on balance tout ce qu'on a.
Is it dead?
We're being dragged in!
When monsters like these are cornered, they cause a space-time vortex to appear. An electromagnetic shock usually shuts them down. It's been a while, Sarah.
Hope? Is that you?
I'm grateful you remember me.
Who's this?
Oh,
Director of Academy Research, Team Alpha. Hope Est, I'm at your service. And you must be Noel.
Nice guess. Who told you?
You appeared here with Sarah some years ago at the Brescia ruins. Subsequently, we analyzed the gate and forecast your reappearance at this location. To be honest, I didn't really believe that time travel was possible. But here you are. I'm really glad you're safe. For me, it's as if time has stopped. Everyone I knew is gone.
Hope.
From your point of view, it's been years since you last saw Sarah.
Not just Sarah. Snow as well. And Saz and his boy. You all disappeared from my life. It's been 10 years now.
I never thought...
When the paradox occurred some years ago, I thought if I could solve it, maybe you would all come back.
Director Hope! There you are! What were you thinking? Taking off and leaving me all on my own?
It was a shock seeing Hope grown older than me, but he was still the same Hope I knew. Lightning, Hope listened to my story without saying a word. I told him about how I'm the only one who remembers your smile on the plane of Grand Pulse. I told him about how Snow set out to try and save you and Faeryl and Fang. And I told him about Noel. Noel from the future.
There's something I want to show you both. We can continue our conversation as we walk.
I'll show the way.
Shall we?
Tell me, Hope, what made you join the Academy?
A sense of duty. Faeryl, Fang, Lightning, they turned to crystal so that we might live. It was an enormous sacrifice.
My sister and the others. I think they wanted to preserve life, They gave us a chance to live again.
Don't work yourself too.
How long has it been? 5 years? You two haven't changed at all.
I hope not. And here we are, meeting in ruins again.
Ruins are places where memories gather like dust. So many layers of time. Probably the easiest place for a paradox to occur.
They put the future in our hands. We're in a position to build a society based on human technology. No longer subject to the whim of the Foul Sea. That's the gift we've been given.
Guests of yours, Director? Watch your step in there.
Thank you.
Isn't the Academy a research institute? Why do you need so many soldiers?
Without the Foul Sea around, we have to be able to protect ourselves. And that means guns.
The time distortions spawn hostile creatures. Until we can resolve the paradox, we need military force to repel threats. These armed patrols are essential for our safety. It's hard to believe it's really been 10 years. So much time has passed.
The lightning.
Hope, do you still think my sister is trapped inside that crystal pillar?
I always had doubts, and it wasn't just me. Saz had them as well.
Really? Saz too?
Yes. He couldn't believe that lightning would just up and leave Sarah like that. After all, she was the one who said we shouldn't face things alone, that we should stick together. I'm glad to see you're doing well, Sarah.
This Saz.
I wonder how Saz and little Dodge are doing.
We've been out of touch. Saz took Dodge to live on Grand Pulse, and he was flying airships the last I heard. Then suddenly they both disappeared. I searched everywhere but never found them.
Look at us. All gone our separate ways.
Yes. And I can't tell you how much it means to have you here now. Saz and Snow may have set off on different paths, but I've started to think that, in the end, we're all headed towards the same goal. I wonder how the others are doing.
Alors, il me semble qu'on va en apprendre un petit peu plus pour le cas de Saz dans son DLC, je crois. Si je dis pas de bêtises, je sais plus par contre. On va redécouvrir ensemble. De Snow.
So Hope, have you heard anything from Snow?
Nothing, I'm sorry to say. Not a single word. Not since he left on his mission.
No sign of him for 10 whole years? Sounds like we're not the only ones traveling through time.
You might be right. Considering Snow's uncanny ability to find trouble, he's almost certainly aware of these temporal aberrations.
Oui, souvenez-vous, Snow, il est dans le futur. 300 ans après.
It's been 10 years already.
Des ruines.
This is some kind of ancient city, right?
The city of Padra, or so we believe. It was the center of a great kingdom built by a nation known as the Farseers.
The Farseers? You're telling me there used to be enough of them to build this entire town?
According to our research, we believe they constituted an entire nation. A polity that was ruled by a Cirrus.
Can you see me now? Standing here in this place?
So this nation, Padra? Their leader was a Cirrus, right?
Yes. The Cirrus would read the fates, see the future, and guide her country.
Yule.
I can't comprehend how people used to live here.
Here.
Thanks.
You've traveled through time. I suppose it's not surprising you know about these things. The power to rule was passed down from one Cirrus to the next. She was always called Yule.
If they could read time, why did they die out? Surely they could see the danger coming and do something to avoid it.
No, they were destroyed because they could see the future.
Why?
The Cirrus Yule foresaw the future destruction of this city. Some citizens wanted to try to avert the disaster. Others felt that they should simply abandon their homes and run. A few fell into despair and took their own lives. The divided populace clashed. The nation was torn apart by civil war.
Being able to see the future is awfully dangerous. It can mess with people's heads.
Tell me about it. The nation fell apart, and the survivors fled into the wildlands, avoiding contact with others.
Huh. So you know the story.
Oh! Come on, Director Hope! I want to show them! It's okay to show them, isn't it?
This way. Here. This is what lies at the heart of our paradox. The Oracle Drive. We've been giving it careful study.
But how did you...
Wait. You know of these devices?
Oh, well, yeah. I've heard of them. In books and stuff.
The Oracle Drive appears to be some kind of recording apparatus from ancient times. We've excavated a number of the devices. However, the recordings depict things that cannot be possible. Perhaps you should see for yourselves.
This is how it works.
The device was excavated from an ancient part of the ruins. We used carbon dating methods to determine age. The device and the recordings stored within are several centuries old.
But it shows lightning.
Someone in the past recorded this vision of the future. Perhaps it was the Cirrus Yule herself. What we're concerned about, however, is this. You'll have to excuse the image quality. Yes, I think so. We need to conduct further analysis to be certain.
Is it broken?
No. We've tested both device and data, and everything is nominal. Yet, when we try to view the recording, we get this. Perhaps it's not the recording that's broken. It's the immediate space-time in which we are located.
You mean it could be the paradox? Because the surrounding space-time is twisted, that might be directly affecting the device. So, if the paradox is eliminated, space-time will return to normal. Then we could see the prophecy and find out where my sister is.
Yes, I believe so.
Right.
Here.
An artifact!
This object serves as a key, is that right? We tried to make it work ourselves, but with no success.
Yeah. We can use that to travel across time.
Then you may have it. I think it'll be far more useful to you than us. Here.
During the years that passed as we traveled outside time and space, Hope had devoted himself to his research, trying to unlock the mystery of the paradox. If the gates are the cause of the puzzle, they might also be the key to unlocking it. But I wonder, am I getting closer? Will I find lightning in the end?
Time to find that gate.
It was in the ruins.
Alors, avant de se diriger vers le portail, on va quand même visiter cette zone.
You understand why I wanted to show you the Oracle Drive?
I think I do. You've been looking for lightning too all this time.
Yes. It's not much of a clue, but I thought you should see it all the same. And I wanted you to see how far we've come.
Hop a analysé le lecteur d'oral et les images où lightning semble apparaître. Tu connais Valhalla?
Hope, have you ever heard of Valhalla?
I've seen the name in the Padron texts we recovered. A forgotten region, I think.
Was there anything more? That's the place where Noel met lightning.
I'm sorry. We've only been able to decode fragments. The only other thing we've found is a reference to some invisible or unseen realm.
I think I'm a bit jealous of you, Sarah. You can travel to the past or the future, and if you find somewhere you like, you can just stay there.
Huh. I've never thought of it like that. I've been so focused on finding my sister.
Well, of course you are.
En tout cas, ça fait du bien de revoir Hop. Bon, même s'il est un petit peu plus âgé, mais au moins il nous a beaucoup aidé à avancer.
They found traces of what looks like a large-scale battle in these ruins. They uncovered piles of bones that were all scratched up.
They must have been fighting monsters too.
The thing is, the scratch marks suggested they were inflicted by people.
The Academy's troops are made up mainly of former Sanctum soldiers. My commanding officer even fought in Cocoon's capital city.
I'm collecting parts for my computer terminal. If you've got any, I'd be happy to buy them from you. What I really want to get my hands on is the battery used for one of the older models, like the kind they used on Cocoon. It wasn't a very popular model, so the parts are scarce. I saw it in a store window once. I got excited and ran in, but it turned out that the item had already been bought.
Cole, un ouvrier chargé des foyers, collectionne les gadgets électroniques d'époque. Il recherche particulièrement un modèle de batterie datant il y a 10 ans. Bien qu'il n'existe plus à cette époque, il se peut qu'un artefact de ce type ait été inspiré dans un vortex temporel. Si c'est le cas, Mog devrait peut-être mesurer de le trouver. Pardon.
Really? You'll help me try and find the battery? It might be an impossible task. I already called every store in the book with no luck. But if you say you can get your hands on it, I'll believe you. Thanks for doing this. You want to know what I'll be using it for? I'm a collector. I want to get my hands on all the retro electronics I can.
Ouais, je suis désolé si j'ai un petit peu de mal à lire parce que je suis un petit peu crevé.
If only the paradox would get resolved. How can we be sure that people aren't responsible for the paradox?
Come on, Mog.
If I could go back in time, I'd go back 10 years ago and try to stop Cocoon from falling out of the sky. Although, I guess that would mean we would be under the Foul Sea's rule again.
You're friends of the director, right? Don't let me get in the way of your investigation.
Hello there, Kubo.
Make sure to watch your step when you're walking along the cliffs. It's a little embarrassing, but this one time, I accidentally slipped and almost went over the edge. At that moment, I was sure I was gonna die. Fortunately, help came right away, so the only casualty was my wristwatch. It's now lying at the bottom of the valley. It scares me to think that could have been me. I still miss that watch. It was an expensive one that had to be modified to withstand all the wear and tear of the outdoors. What a waste.
Shannon, un soldat affecté à la protection des équipes des scientifiques, a laissé tomber sa montre du haut d'une falaise. Elle a essayé de la retrouver, mais l'obscurité répand par l'équipe la force à abandonner ses recherches. Lorsque l'éclipse sera terminée, retrouvez la montre de sport et ramenez-la à sa propriétaire.
You'll look for my watch? Are you sure? Believe me, I've tried, but have had zero luck. With the eclipse keeping everything in the dark, it's almost impossible to see anything around here. I doubt it's the best time to go searching.
Come on, Kubo.
I see.
On Cocoon, they even control the weather.
Come on, Mom. Kubo. How's that, Kubo?
Awesome!
C'est dommage qu'on peut pas ouvrir deux coffres en même temps. Oui, je voulais gagner du temps. Mais en tout cas, j'ai obtenu le fragment, c'est parfait. Donc du coup, un poupée carbone cueil que je vous ai montré dans le mal de notre choco préféré, la vendeuse.
The creatures that appear due to the paradox are foreign indeed. It's like the laws of physics don't even apply to them.
So that means they're from a different world or a different dimension?
Whatever the case, it's all conjecture. We don't have enough samples to prove anything.
I want to go back to the city. Be cautious near the origin of the paradox.
There's a considerable time-space distortion up ahead.
There are people who actually like it here on Pulse. Are the Pulse Fal'Cie still active?
A little darkness can't stop me. I light up the room with my luminous character.
D'ailleurs, c'est intéressant, c'est qu'ils commencent à vendre des objets -1 et +1. En gros, ça diminue le coût du PA. Mais en conséquence, ça diminue aussi la puissance.
I know it's a little dark in here, but I paid my electric bill, I swear.
On Cocoon, they even controlled the weather.
Ouais, désolé, j'ai cru entendre un trésor, c'est pour ça que je suis redescendu.
Life was great back on Cocoon.
Here, this must be the gate Hope was talking about.
Maybe. Yeah? What?
There's something on your mind.
Yeah, well, sure, but it's just personal stuff.
Quelque chose semble tracasser Noël. La prophétesse.
Is it about the Cirrus?
That's right. Nice guess.
It must be so strange to be able to see beyond your own present.
That reminds me of something Lightning told me. She said that from Valhalla, you can see all of history.
If that's true, then the Padre Cirrus and Lightning have seen the same things. Which means Lightning already knows what's going to happen to us. Poo-poo? Something had been bothering Noel. And it had been ever since we heard the story about the Padre Cirrus Yule. But of course, he wasn't the only one who was troubled. Was it really lightning I saw in the flickering images of the prophecy? The only way to find out is to go through this portal and solve the paradox.
Donc du coup, nous avons terminé. Ah, j'ai déclenché quelque chose. Ici. Donc nous avons terminé le Monts Yaschas provisoirement. Et nous avons débloqué Orba, la ville patrie de Vanifeng. Et nous avons le Steppe à visiter aussi. On peut faire ça. On va visiter le Steppe d'Archie.
On the surface of Grand Pulse stretches a desolate grassland, a wild place where the rule of might prevails. And the weak exist only to feed the strong. A tribe of tough, proud people live off these lands, hunting monsters for their sustenance. But now, the hunters are whispering of a fearsome newcomer to the prairie that threatens to upset the precarious balance of their lives.
Look, that's their prey.
Wow.
They seem desperate. Like, they gotta get this one or there'll be nothing else to eat.
Really? I guess you have to be a hunter to tell.
Let's introduce ourselves.
Sure. We should talk to those people. Maybe they can tell us what's going on.
Good idea. And let's hurry, before those chocobos decide they need to stretch their legs.
Pour survivre dans les étendues sauvages de la steppe d'Archine, les chasseurs ont dû apprendre à rester solidaires. Aller à leur rencontre et tenter de vous faire accepter. Un peut-être sera toujours la bienvenue. Écoutez les problèmes des villageois et faites de votre mieux pour les résoudre. Si vous répondez à leurs attentes, ils vous accorderont leur confiance.
Be careful. Hey.
Listen, we could do with an extra arm. You help us, and I'll give you this map. If you're here to hunt, find someplace else.
You guys aren't exactly hauling it in. Prey getting scarce?
Yes. Ever since that storm blew up, these lands were teeming with game before that. Friends went to investigate the storm, but they never came back.
So, you want to know what brought on the storm? My friends are out there assessing the situation, but even if I knew, I wouldn't tell anyone that wasn't a hunter.
But Noel's a hunter.
Don't look so surprised. She's right, you know.
Really? Then you wouldn't mind if I put you to the test. Let's see what you can do. We've been getting harassed by a pack of monsters lately. Think you can get rid of them for us?
Le temps s'écoule lentement ici dans les vastes plaines. Thibaut, un des chasseurs nomades qui mènent une existence précaire sur ces terres, a lancé un défi à Sarah et Noël. Ils doivent démontrer leur talent de chasseur en repoussant une invasion de gobelins. Aidez les villageois à se débarrasser des gobelins importants et faites vos preuves en tant que chasseur.
We're counting on you. No one knows why they appeared all of a sudden. What are they after?
Oh, trop marrant. Je sais pas si vous voyez, regardez. Il y a une sorte de forme de pampa là-bas, tout là-bas.
Let's go exterminate some pests.
We should search somewhere in this area, I guess.
Oh, trop marrant. Il y a une tête de pampa là.
We did it!
Wow, attendez, c'est quoi ce combat? Vous avez vu, il y a 3 gobelins, il y a un flanc et il y a un chocobo. On va d'abord tuer les gobelins, puisqu'ils peuvent se transformer en chef gobelin. Oui, ça, j'ai pas oublié ce qu'ils ont fait sur FF13. Et on va essayer de recruter le chocobo si c'est possible. Et c'est recruté. Parfait. En plus j'ai recruté le gobelin. Vous avez vaincu les gobelins. Retournez au camp faire votre rapport. La statue dégage une étrange aura. Voulez-vous tout de même la toucher?
Okay.
But this is the hunter's camp. How did we get back here?
Wow. Back in a flash, huh? Bit unsettling, but I could get used to it.
Non, en tout cas, c'est pratique que ces stèles de Pampa font office de TP.
Setting up camp when I heard a deafening sound.
So, you took care of those little monsters. I have to hand it to you. You're stronger than you look. Thanks for dealing with that little problem. Say, can I ask you another favor? Some of my people are in desperate need of wool. Why don't you go and talk to the folk over there? They'll fill you in.
I heard you took care of our monster infestation problem. I'm impressed. Now that you've proven yourselves, I have another favor to ask of you. I need help collecting wool from the sheep wandering the plains.
Mytho, la chasseuse sait à présent que Noël et Sarah n'ont plus rien à apprendre en matière de chasse aux monstres et sollicite leur aide. Les chasseurs élèvent des moutons qu'ils font paître dans les plaines. Mytho voudrait récolter 3 types de laine prélevés sur les plus grands spécimens du cheptel. Si Noël et Sarah veulent résoudre le paradoxe, ils doivent gagner la confiance des chasseurs. L'heure est venue de taquiner les moutons géants.
I appreciate whatever you can do to help. You'll come across some sheep bigger than the others. They're the ones you want. They have the best wool.
On va débloquer le rôle de saboteur pour Serra. Ok, c'est bon. Elle en a fini. Donc on va commencer à augmenter... Ouais, saboteur. Et pour Noël, c'est tacticien. Il faut que je commence à essayer de trouver quel monstre loot des catalyseurs de rang 3, 4, 5. Et j'aimerais bien les trouver, comme ça je pourrais éventuellement commencer le DLC de Saz.
No one's hurt, right? Excuse me. Let's regroup. Okay. I can do this.
That wasn't even a warm-up.
Vous avez obtenu 3 touffes de laine. Rapportez-les au camp de chasseurs. armes universelles. Est-ce que ce ne sont pas des composants de rang 3? Si, en effet. Mais ce sont des monstres que j'ai jamais vus. Je sais pas si c'est un monstre rare. Si on peut les obtenir que via des monstres rares, ça risque d'être très difficile. Mais j'ai failli mourir tout à l'heure. En fait, je suis obligé de buter le gros là, parce que sinon il va appeler des renforts. Ah mais il faisait super mal. C'est moi où je galère plus maintenant. On dirait que cette zone là, c'est la zone particulièrement trop dangereuse. Donc là, je suis arrivé dans un secteur qui est beaucoup trop fort pour moi, à mon avis. Il faudra quitter sur le champ, après. Mais après, c'est pas impossible, c'est juste c'est très long, très très long. Oh, quel enfer. J'ai réussi. Mais c'est un enfer. Là, regardez, j'ai mis combien de minutes? 3 minutes 45. Donc si vous mettez autant de temps, c'est que vous êtes en dessous où il y a un problème.
Come on, Mom. Now where are we?
Where did we end up?
J'espère que je suis pas arrivé dans une zone beaucoup trop cheatée. Oh, c'est abusé. Regardez les attentions d'état. C'est moi où il donne tout en une fois. Ah, ça balance régénération chez eux aussi. Donc je vous rappelle, régénération, ça sonne par rapport aux proportionnel des points de vie qu'il perd. ça se voit comme quoi je suis dépassé là. Il faut vraiment que je m'entraîne. Donc ça, c'est quelque chose que je vais faire pour la prochaine fois. Je sais pas si je commenterai, mais ce qui est sûr, c'est que là, il faut que je fasse quelque chose. Ou alors je suis un gars trop chanceux, ce sont des monstres rares que je tape depuis tout à l'heure. Mais c'est pas possible. Oh là là, il a un taux de 80 quand même, et il résiste à tout. Oh quel enfer. Où est-ce que je suis là? Mais non, c'est une vanne. Vous allez dire qu'il est résistant à tout là? On commence même à gagner des catalyseurs de niveau 4. C'est trop marrant. En tout cas, je sais qu'on peut farmer ici. Ok. Ça, c'est quelque chose que je ferai.
Something on your mind? Something on your mind?
Hey.
Retail therapy is a great stress reliever. See you later, Choco Gator!
Thank you so much. The quality of this wool is amazing. Here is a little something for your trouble. Only the best hunters can run around these plains without a care in the world. Maybe, just maybe, you two can save us from the peril hanging over our heads. I hear you're looking into what's causing the storm. I don't know much, but I'll tell you what little I know. The storm only comes when it's really hot and sunny outside.
What should we do then? Wait for the weather to change?
There has to be something we can do.
There's a weather controlling device nearby.
There is a direct correlation between weather and monsters. I can teach you how to use the weather control device if you'd like. Come, I'll teach you how to operate the machine. Use the lever to shift the direction of the wind. That's the first step in changing the weather. The weather will change depending on which levers you use. There are 4 possible combinations and 4 possible weather conditions. There is a correlation between monsters and the weather. For example, if you make it rain, the monsters near watering holes will become more vicious, and rare monsters with extraordinary strength may appear. By controlling the weather, you can control what kind of monsters you'll run into. That's about it. If you forget how to work it, come talk to me again.
Thanks.
C'est les meilleurs chasseurs pour maîtriser cet appareil qui influence la météo. Vous trouverez 2 leviers, placés de chaque côté de la machine. Un seul peut être utilisé à la fois. Tenez-vous près du levier de votre choix et appuyez sur croix pour le tirer ou le pousser. La météo changera en fonction de vos actions. Vous pouvez générer 4 climats: ensoleillé, venteux, pluvieux et orageux. Essayez différentes combinaisons pour comprendre comment cet appareil fonctionne.
There is a direct correlation between weather and monsters. I can teach you how to use the weather control device if you'd like. Around here, if you cannot control the weather, you're not exactly considered a great hunter. Come to me if you have any questions.
We've learned what's behind that storm. There's a monster prowling the grasslands that's taking all the flan. The beast is massive. It can swallow dozens of flan, and when it does, it kicks up that storm we've been seeing.
A beast that can swallow dozens of flan in one go? No, are you thinking what I'm thinking?
Un énorme monstre dévoreur de flanc serait la cause des tempêtes. Il doit y avoir un lien avec le flanc de Sunleaf.
If there are flan here, I'll bet you my favorite bow that there's some connection to the giant flan back in Sunlith.
Maybe the flan that are being swallowed by the monster here are being sent through time to Sunlith.
It's a definite possibility.
So we should go check it out, right?
Look. There's no other explanation. They're being sucked into a time rift.
And then they're reappearing back at Sunlith.
Right. If we could take down this beast, we can stop the giant flan from getting any bigger.
Oh là, alors là, je vois quelqu'un là qui va pas trop me plaire. Ah, ça fait dépop le monstre qui est là. Ok, le dragon y est, mais il n'y a plus le pleurodire. Alors, qu'est-ce que je me dis que ça va bastonner là, sur ce coup-là? Alors j'espère que ces petites mains ne me font pas trop mal, contrairement à sur FF13, souvenez-vous.
Time's over.
Allez, on tente le boss. Charge mégatonne, qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Il commence déjà l'hostilité. Je sais pas qu'est-ce que c'est, mais dans le doute.
should do it. I'm sorry. New formation. Now. Get him. Now.
Ah, j'ai pas pu cancel. C'est pas grave. Il va claquer, il va claquer. Ah, c'est dommage que j'ai pas pu cancel. C'est mon c'est aussi, mais il est quand même hard.
Do you think this'll fix the paradox?
Yes. Now let's head back before Snow gets himself into more trouble.
Why, are you worried about him?
What? No. Just figured you'd be itching to see him again.
If there's one thing I know about Snow, it's that he's as tough as a behemoth. I don't worry too much when he's off on his own.
You know, I couldn't do what you two do. Staying apart and doing your own thing even though you love each other. You never know when someone might disappear from your life. Take it from me, you have to make every moment count.
No.
But it's okay. I believe we can change our fate. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here.
So the fragment was causing the storm. The monster swallowed it by accident, but it kept working inside it.
Exactly. That's why it seemed the storm was coming right out of his mouth.
Et c'est recruté. Ah, en plus, il donne des armes. Ah, c'est parfait ça. En tout cas, je suis plutôt content qu'ils ont gardé le design de ce Pampa comme ça, plutôt que sur FF12 où ils étaient vraiment moches. Là, au moins, on le reconnaît que c'est bien un vrai Pampa.
I just can't figure it out. Flan isn't the Faeryl's meal of choice. So why was it causing the storm and swooping up the little beasties?
I underestimated their hunting skills. I'll be sure to spread the word of the
You'll come across stone tablets scattered around the plains. These tablets contain magical powers, and it's
did it. The storm is gone. I don't know how to thank you two.
Alors, ce sont les mêmes, je reconnais. Alors, est-ce qu'ils sont accompagnés de leur chef? Mais maintenant, ça risque d'être différent puisque j'ai débloqué bouclier. Non, ils sont tout seuls. Ouais, finalement, ils sont pas dangereux tant que leurs chefs ne sont pas là. Oh, il est super dur. s'est cassé. Oh, il était super dur de ouf là.
The sheep wandering these.
Ouais, va pour bonus de saboteur puissant. Comme ça me fait gagner plus.
Planes are so fluffy. They're downright adorable.
From the moment we met, I knew I could count on you.
D'ailleurs, il faut que je regarde on est à combien là parce que ouais c'est bien peu de jouer mais il faut savoir s'arrêter aussi. Ah ouais. Donc je vais pas tarder à vous dire au revoir. Donc la prochaine fois ce que je vais faire c'est qu'on va faire le décès de Saz. Je pense qu'il y aura que son décès. Ensuite pourquoi pas s'entraîner un petit peu pour histoire de commencer à le monter. Ouais, surtout, voilà, on commence à gagner des composants, là. C'est à moi de farmer aussi. Alors, là-bas, il y a un portail. Mais est-ce que c'est bien le portail que je dois prendre là? J'ai oublié de mettre saboteur pour m'aider. Voilà, c'est pas faute sur ce coup-là.
Not sure, but this gate seems different from the others.
Very good, Kupo. It's been sealed in such a way that an artifact won't open it. We have to find out where and how to break the lock, Kupo.
Je vais m'arrêter là. Ouais, c'est déjà une très bonne vidéo, je pense. La prochaine fois, je vais y aller ici. On va faire ça. Bref, en tout cas, les amis, merci d'avoir regardé cette nouvel épisode de Final Fantasy XIII-2. On se retrouve très bientôt pour la suite, je ne sais pas quand, mais ça arrivera. Merci de votre fidélité, merci pour vos encouragements, tout ça. Et à très bientôt sur ma chaîne YouTube. Au revoir les gens.